Another Yone matchup, alright. Yep. We're just covering. Oh, you're doing the cheese correctly. You've been paying attention. Good stuff. So it won't work this time properly because of how he plays it. I would still go in for this. Okay, what a little thing I would have done differently was it bugs so much in replay nowadays. A little thing I would have done differently is to walk up for the prepared normal Q first. So you had normal Qs left here, right? When he walks in. So I would have walked up and attacked him once and at the same time got the drag through. That way you can maximize damage because what you're doing here is like you get 3 empowered Qs, great, but then you only got normal auto attacks apart from that, when you could have gotten 1 normal Q that is at least better than auto attacks and then 3 drag through Qs. Oh, that was awkward. But we can still make this work. Okay, so Yone is basically trolling. We take those. Yeah, you don't want to push right now because it is gonna push naturally anyways. So it's good what you're doing so far. Yeah, so we have a huge lead here. Let's see how we convert. Wait, stop scoreboard. There we go. Okay. So the moment he comes back here, you should be in the right spot already. The moment you see him like tipping back, you should be thinking, oh, I'm ready to get the drag through as the first time he walks up here. So even if you're gonna get this minion, you see that he's there, your blade is there, you want to cover this area, right? So even if you're gonna go for this CS, you should be standing to the bottom of it, because you're trying to get the drag through, right? Because right here you didn't think about it while you were last hitting. You were in like last hit mindset, right? Where you just focused on the last hits, and then when the last hits were dealt with, then you thought about how do I get my drag through. No, how you get your drag through is always first priority, and then you can like last hit in the middle of it if you're standing close to the right spot. But yeah, that's the way to think about it. Alright, so we're gonna hit level 2 here very soon when this dies. No, okay. So important thing. Plus this is no flash. Yeah, sure. When you're close to level 2 and you only like need 1 minion for 2, you want to make sure you walk up before you even hit it, right? You don't even want to do the thing where you attack the minion, get level 2 and then walk up. That would have been better than what you did here, right? But you even want to walk up at this point. At this point you want to position yourself here, not even last hit this minion, just let your minions kill it, and then boom, taunt, he's dead. You even have ignite, he doesn't have flash from level 1, game's over. He shouldn't be able to lane, like right now. It's crazy. Even here, so it's maybe not the perfect opportunity for it since no minions were killing it. But in these kinds of situations where you're so much stronger than the enemy, you should always look for scenarios where you can give up last hits in exchange for zoning the enemy from XP. Because the longer you manage to keep this guy at level 1, let's say you manage to zone him for a bit and he doesn't get any XP right now, and then you get level 3 while he's still level 1. You can sometimes like even dive him or do crazy stuff, just play super aggressive. Here maybe you couldn't have done it, but you should be keeping your eye out for chances to zone him off XP even when you miss last hits. Okay, missed CS. Okay, so a small thing here, or not really small, but a thing here to keep in mind is you have a quick push already here. And if you look at where your minions are on the minimap, you can see when the next wave is gonna arrive for the enemy too, since it's mirrored, right? So you, in your mindset here should be, oh, I've already like shoved, I have a big wave here, it's gonna crash into the tower pretty soon. So the question is, do you wanna crash it instantly, or do you wanna make it get stuck here? Well, as Johnny types in the chat, if you're pinging for a league gank, then what you're doing here could be fine actually. Because then it's fine that this wave gets stuck in front of tower while it's still big, and the next wave comes, and then boom, you guys can dive in together once this crashes. But unless you were thinking that, you made a mistake here. Like in terms of the pure 1v1, it's way better to kill this wave quickly, make sure this wave comes into tower completely, poke him under tower or something, and then make it bounce back to you. Because right now it's gonna be stuck here for way longer. He gets more XP, he gets to lane longer for free, and yeah, you can't punish him as hard. So you fucked up, but you should still go for this, yeah. Yeah, he's dead even. Right? Yeah. Alright, huge. You know, just push. Wait, actually, it's a situation where you can do both ways. I would probably actually just take the back here. You know why? Because you have enough gold for a perfect back. You can buy 2 ruby crystals and a refillable, and it's gonna push back to you because these are all full HP. They're grouped up and they're on the enemy side of the wave or the lane, meaning that the next enemy wave will come quicker and fight than these. So it will push naturally back to you, and you can walk back and then freeze him out. But since you have a decent amount of time, you can probably get this under tower. Actually, it's a kind of a disaster. Actually, I thought you could get it, but you couldn't, and now it's sad. All right. Oh wait, why didn't you buy any potions? You should always buy like potions on the first back. Yeah, so we place the blade. That's the safe way to do it. I like it. Oh, so you misclicked, but that happens. Like, apart from the misclick, I like how you played that. No! Why? No! Okay, so this tells me something about your habits. So, like, if you do this kind of mistake once, I know that you make these kinds of mistakes a lot, right? Either you do them or you don't do them. And you're a person who does them. So you're gonna try to change that. So why is this Q the worst in the world? Why is this Q so bad? Why is this Q bad? Blade placement, yeah. And also like CDs. So in this case, your passive was still on CDs, so it didn't get popped. But most importantly, as you say, the blade placement is bad, and your Q is on CD for a little bit. So assume that Yone was in the same position, but he was like full HP instead, or like a bit more healthy. Or if it was another champ that has some more fighting potential, then this blade drag might actually be the difference between you being able to hold the freeze and trade him out and like force him away, and him getting to crash the wave. In this case, you're ahead enough that it's just a bad thing. It's not a game-changing thing. You can just place it again, or you can like force even without placing it, because your level and item and champ advantage and everything. But yeah, this is a really bad habit. Make sure you always get uses out of your Q. Like here you got a good trade out of your Q. Great. But here you're just doing it to like thin the wave a little bit. You can thin the wave anyway, and if he goes close, you're gonna be able to push him out. So there's no use to this Q, right? Alright, so here we no. So here's another mistake. So okay, so this is like the same kind of mistake that people make level 1. Let me explain this like deeply. Why this Q is so bad. So your thought process is that this wave is pretty big. I want to keep it in front of my tower. Therefore, I want to thin it a little bit so he can't crush it, right? It's a natural and good thought. But the reason why it's wrong is because the moment you press your Q here, nope. I was thinking the last thing is the last one. Scared is too big. Yeah, but like your thought process is that it's too big, so I want to thin it, right? That's the right thought here. I agree with this in this scenario. My point isn't gonna be that minions don't matter. That's not my point here. My point is that he's actually gonna be able to shove this into your tower easier when you try to thin it with your Q, because the moment you press Q here, your key barrier is going to be on cooldown for 10 seconds and your Q for 6.5, and that means your trading potential in the coming seconds here is crucially going to be way weaker. So he's going to be able to like use his third Q to Q all these minions, W, attack it once or twice, and then boom, your wave is gone. And you can't really punish him because you can't get the drag through now, you can't use the passive, and you can't do anything. And remember, he can only push this wave in, push these 5 minions in, because you use the Q. So because you tried to thin the wave, you can't thin the wave. It's like you're creating the opposite situation as to what you want, because you're losing out on your trading potential. If you didn't use anything and just wait for a little bit until you have your taunt, just stand up here a little bit threateningly. If he like Qs in, he's dead. He doesn't have flash. You just walk up, like get the drag through taunt, boom, 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 he's gone. He's a goner, right? But the moment you waste Q and passive like this, he has the option to actually push this in and you can't punish him. Yeah, so important thing here. Your goal when you're freezing is to not let the enemy touch the wave. That's the core. Like, thinning the wave is a side thing. Thinning the wave helps a bit, but letting the enemy not touch the wave, that's the thing that actually makes a freeze holdable. Remember this, everyone. And it's the same thing, the same logic when people are trying to fight for level 2 in a this game was special because you got the drag, like the cheese on him and force his recall, etc. But in a normal 1v1, imagine a situation where you're both like full HP here, you're just starting the lane normally. What a lot of Shen players will do wrong is they have in their head that they want to get level 2 first, which is correct, but then they make the mistake of using Q for the wave, or just focusing on hitting the wave and trading auto attacks on the wave with the enemy. Like, you keep hitting the wave, he keeps hitting with the wave, and you hope that you will hit it enough to hit level 2. That's the wrong idea. The right idea to get level 2 is to trade aggressively and correctly, and force the enemy to lose HP, so they will have to play scared, so they can't even hit your wave. Then you only need to be hitting the enemy creeps like once or twice, and boom, you get level 2 first. It's the exact same scenario as what you encountered here. You focused on hitting the minions, which meant the enemy also could hit your minions, which means he gets his goal. So always have the trade at the forefront of your mind, and then the wave management will come naturally. So yeah, that's the main thing I would take away from this. Yeah, let's end it here. I think that's about 10 minutes. We spent a lot of time in the early game here, so thank you.